There we go. How you doing? How you feeling? What's that? No. How you doing? How you feeling? I just had my Wi-Fi crash. I was just getting ready to press start and the Wi-Fi cut out. But hey, man, that's the way we go. We're gonna forge on. I'm just going over cell signal, so if I'm a little scattered, a little broken up, I apologize. But let me know. You can hear me, you can see me, and I'm not too Mr. Roboto man, because I got no Wi-Fi. You know, really? That's a huge problem. Got no Wi-Fi. Bummer. Anyway, so if you can hear me, you can see me all right, maybe drop a 100 in the comments, and that way I know I'm coming across all right. I think I'm good. If not, hey man, we're doing Driven, episode 8. Let's go, let's go, let's go. How are you doing? How are you feeling? I am Scott Spero, and I'm so thankful you guys are here tonight. First of all, perfect. Thank you, Tim. Kyle's on, Teneille's on. Awesome, Teneille's on already. Jared's on. What's up, what's up, what's up? Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for doing this. Let's do it again. It's Driven. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to rock and roll. And first question is you're probably wondering, what is Driven? What is it? I'll tell you what it is. It's a show I created for you. It's a show I created for you to... I wrote a new piece and I couldn't remember it. That's fun of live. What's up, Josh? Hey, man, thanks, Josh, for coming on. That's the fun of doing a live video. If you can't, you're live, you got to remember it. It's a show I created for people who crushing it, who want to crush it, and for people that might not even know what crushing it's about. That's what this is. It's a connection place. I've always admired people with the driven mindset. I've always admired people that can go the extra mile, do the extra deed, and put forward that extra effort when they really, really need to, when it really counts. And that's the real stuff. And that's, no matter what you're trying to apply that to in your life, whether you're in a situation in sports, life, trouble, relationship, financial, having fun, playing with your buddies, it's the ability to go the extra mile, do the extra deed, and make that extra commitment that you need to get you to where you want to go. And that's where Driven came out of. That's what I've watched all these people crush it in life, crush it in business, crush it in sports, crush it in snowmobiling, crush it in whatever they want to crush it in. And I'm like, what sets them apart from me? Like, what makes them do those things? What makes them have the ability to go above and go beyond? And it's a mindset, and it's all it comes down to. I mean, yes, people are born with talent. Yes, people are born with, a silver spoon in their mouth to help them along. And yes, people, may have stumbled across the right circumstance once or twice in their life and exploded tenfold because of it. But 99% of the time, it's hard work, it's a mindset, and it's doing everything when you need to do it, at the time you need to do it, and you constantly need to be preparing. That's a driven mindset. That's what I admire. This is a place, Driven's a place to expand your network, grow your knowledge, have some fun, and network. That's the biggest thing, is networking. If a mentor of mine says if you are lacking in a certain area of your life, somebody will show up in your life. Somebody will be there to pick you up. And if you're not having the results you want, and if you're not, doing the things you want to do, and you're not living the lifestyle you want to live, then go find somebody that has what you want and is doing what you want, and do what they're doing. Seems simple, right? Drop some 1 if that's some value. Do what they're doing. If they got, drop a 1 in the comments if you're getting some value from that, and if you're feeling me, if you can feel what I'm putting down. I appreciate that. Hey, Kelsey, thanks for coming on. I'm Scott. I'm a dad. I'm a sledder, and I got my mindset and my vision set on exactly what's most important for me in life. Join me in the hot seat. I got a special guest tonight. She's an absolute rock star. Thanks, Neil. Thanks, Josh. Absolute rock star in business and life. Hockey player, yoga instructor. She's just crushing it, and she's an absolute mindset, personal development rock star. And I can't wait to introduce you guys to her and you ladies to her. So it's ladies' night on Driven. It's a ladies' night. It's late. All right, I'm just playing. She's a great girl, excellent girl. Tim, thanks. Kelsey's thanks. I got somebody who wants to hop on right now. Let's do that. I'm going to throw her on real quick, ask her 3 quick questions, and then we'll get right to you, Teneille. Sound good? Let's go. Approve. Dandy. I have no idea, but I can't wait to connect. Let's go. How you doing? How you feeling? We're giving her invites. So what is Driven tonight? It's about mindset. It's It's about when the shit gets deep and not going your way, and you're not enjoying what you're doing. And it's about that. It's about transforming your mind, and not only that, but like being able to see it before it happens, or maybe while it's going on, be able to recognize it's not going your way, and a couple quick triggers to help you along the way and maybe push you along and make you help you do what you want to do. So with that said, at different times in my life, I personally had struggled, and everybody does along the way, and I've handled it in different ways at different times in my life. Some healthy, some not so healthy. Hey Brad, thanks for coming on. Miranda, thanks for being here. Some healthy, some not so healthy. I don't know, Danny. One thing you want to be sure to do is have your phone on landscape mode. I think that's the thing. I'm on landscape right now. Looks better aesthetics for the YouTube channel. Hit me up on YouTube. Again, if you get some value from this, please share it out. # share it in the comments. If you do that, I'd sure appreciate it. That's how we're going to grow this show. It's how we're going to grow our network, and how I can take you guys all along with me. Already, I don't know. Let's try again. Let me add. No, hey Nora, how you doing? Nora's on. Let me see if I can get her. Try one more time. I don't know. How do we get out of here? iPhone problems. All right, sorry, Danny. We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll practice another time. But thank you. Maybe drop a question in the comments below if there's something you want to talk about, and I can figure this out. Hey Nora, glad to have you again. Sorry, Adrian, thanks for coming on. But so the trick is getting through those crappy parts when you're not feeling like it, and you're not feeling it, and maybe your energy's not high, and you're tired, and we all suffer it. We all go through it, but it's a driven mindset. It's the ability to keep going, and it's ability to reach down and pull on some of the stuff that you've invested in yourself and put yourself in a position to be ready for and do that. So with that, I'm going to bring up Teneille. Let me throw her on. How do I do this? There it is. Boom. Can't bring Teneille on camera. They can't join your broadcast at this time. Can anybody join my broadcast at this time? I wonder what. Let's try it this way. Nope. There we go. Send an invite. Let's see if it works this way. Hey, again, this is live. We're just getting it figured out. Scott's on, Cameron's on. Thank you guys so much for coming on. So let me share a little story with you. For me, for instance, what is personal development, and what gives me the right to be on this talking about this stuff? Well, I struggled in my past. I made some mistakes, and I didn't always have the mindset or the tools to pull on to help me through some of those tough decisions, tough times, crap that I faced, and I handled them poorly. Maybe throw a 2 and drop a 2 in the comments if you've ever faced with the situation where you thought you were doing it the right way, but then as you reflect and look back, you're like, oh yeah, I could have done stuff different. Oh well. So what gives me that? Where I was at, and since I got a sledder background, and I got a lot of snowmobilers on here right now, I'll use a little story about that. Is last winter was the biggest winter of the year. Absolute crusher out here on the Sierra front, epic snow, 100-inch snowstorms every other week. It was awesome. Powder day after powder day after powder day after powder day. And, I ran out of the ability to get up there. I ran out of time off of work, and I ran out of money to get up there. And I could have let that negatively affect me. I could have told myself, hey man, I could have got down. And basically, instead of getting down because of it, I spent this summer learning a new skill, doing something new, taking on a new task. To where you're from? I'm from Nevada, Danny, northern Nevada, nowhere near Las Vegas, FYI. I took all summer to learn a new skill and to push myself and push my boundaries and read some books and learn some, just basically learn. And what it's done is fueled me up for the rest of this, the rest of my life. Basically, I've never invested this amount of time into, thinking about mindset, thinking about, to me, the personal development stuff. I'll be honest with you. I always thought it was a bunch of bull. It was a bunch of words and hype and hoopla that people listened to, bought into, invested money, time. And I'm like, I'm good. I'm set on my ways. I'm 100%. And you know what? My eyes were opened up. I can't invite people today So I don't know. Maybe Teneille, if you want to ask to join on, we can get you on. Anyway, sorry about that. Facebook Live. We'll learn it. We'll figure it out. They'll make better platforms. Tell me something I know about Indonesia. Oh, good question. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful country. I know several people that have visited there. I do not know your gross domestic product, and I also do not know much about your economy or your culture, which would be cool to have you be able to come on here. I can learn about a little bit about your culture, but I don't know a whole lot, man. Or I'm sorry. Jay, yeah. Anyway, where was I? So I could have let that get me down, and it seems, remedial, and it seems simple, like, oh, a guy can't go snowmobile, and he gets bummed out about it. And I'm like, well, that's a pretty big part of my life. And trust me, this has helped in more ways than one. And I'm using it in a relatable situation and a relatable story. The problem was I wanted a snowmobile. The problem was I couldn't. And the solution was I could either get down on it or I could do something about it. And I chose to do something about it. And that involved investing in myself, learning a new skill set, and really putting my mind towards something outside of what I was used to. I'm a college educated. I have an excellent career in the power generation industry. And a lot of you have probably heard this, but some of you may have not. And maybe I resonate with somebody. And that's all I want to try to do here is catch somebody's attention and be like, hey, man, that guy did it. Maybe I can do it too. So I'm pushing myself, this Facebook Live, this network I'm reaching out to people, the stuff I'm trying to grow, and the people I'm trying to impact with, struggles I've had and stuff I've learned along the way. That's the ultimate goal. That's what I want to do here with Driven, is build a community for people to, from all different backgrounds. Obviously I'm going to probably have a pretty big following in the sledding community just because that's where I associate myself. But in all aspects, business, mentorship, coaching, the online space is absolutely blowing up right now. And I'm not associated with Bitcoin. I wish I was about 3 years ago, but oh well, we'll learn. We'll catch it on the down and write it back up. Anyway, so no Bitcoin here. And so the ways I did that, the ways I accomplished what I want to do, and apparently I can't invite anybody on here. I apologize for that. The ways I did, I dug into myself, and I dug into like, okay, what's most important to me? What can I do to make myself better, to get the things I want and have the results or the lifestyle or the quality of life that I want to have? And it's basically, I had to decide, I'm like, hey, what I'm doing isn't working, so let's try something new. That was all it came down to, was trying something new. And I'm like, hey, it fits, man, so it worked. Hey, Cody, thanks for coming on, Miranda, right? I know, I'm not having any luck inviting people or adding people. So I don't know, maybe because I'm not on Wi-Fi. Is that a thing? I don't know. Did you get our Wi-Fi fixed, bud? You can plug it back in. We'll see if it'll switch over. Got my stage hand. You guys ever have that problem with routers? You got to unplug them like 3 or 4 times a day? I don't know. Add as a guest. See if it works. I'm inviting Miss Teneille. Let's see if it works. Technical difficulties. Anyway, so I learned a few things about myself along the way. And that's the coolest part. Let's try. Oh, we're connecting to Teneille. All right, side by side. Check this out. All right, so I can't. How you doing, Teneille?
Good, how are you? Can you guys see and hear me okay?
I got you loud and clear. Let's drop a, what have I done? Let's go 3. Drop a 3 if you can see and hear Teneille okay.
Yeah, you guys can see and hear me okay?
All right, let me tell you a little bit who I just had jump in the seat. I previously know her. I do business with her, but Teneille is, if you've read the intro, she's a 6-figure real estate agent. She is a yoga instructor. She's excellent with the personal development and motivational side of life and stuff. She's a yoga instructor, and I'm super pumped to have her on. If I ever get down, like, you listen to her voice, it's just like, it's kind of like a warm blanket on you. So I love it, and I'm not afraid to admit that. So that's the biggest part about it. How you doing tonight? How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks so much, Scott. Thanks for bringing me on here. I'm really excited to jump on here with you, and you're just very inspirational. I love how far you've come with the show, and I'm really excited. So thanks for all your kind words.
Now, that's awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's just dive right in. And since I spent a little too much time talking about my story, let's get to your story. Let's learn about you and introduce you to some people. So if you're going to tell somebody a quick 5-minute wrap up of who is Teneille, let's drop that. Let's feel that. Let's see who you are.
Yeah, so like you said, so I'm 26 years old. I'm from Canada, and I've been in the real estate industry for just over 5 years. So I started when I was 21 years old, and I started and I was extremely motivated. I remember when I got started, it was like I put blinders on. I had one goal, and I was completely driven. I knew that I wasn't going to fail because I wasn't going to allow myself to. But more than anything, I had a great mentor, and she taught me everything that I needed to know. So she also got me started with the self-development aspect of it, of writing goals and the importance of working on yourself. So that's one aspect of myself. And like you also said, I am a yoga teacher as well. So with real estate, where I came from, where I do real estate, it's called Lloydminster, Alberta, and it is an oil field town. So when I started in 2012, we were in a complete boom, and it was absolutely crazy. So I started at a great time. However, I literally worked, all I did was work. I had no time to do anything else but work, which was great. It helped me achieve my goals. Like you said, I was a 6-figure earner, and actually just last month, I made my first million in the real estate industry. So pretty proud of that.
Drop some fire.
All of my amazing clients and my mentors. However, one thing with it being so busy, one of my mentors now, his name is Tony Robbins, and he always says, success without fulfillment is failure. So this always speaks to me extremely, because when I started in real estate, yes, I accomplished my goals, but I kind of pushed myself aside because I didn't take the right care of myself, right? So I burned myself out. Like many people in this area where it was just go, 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 I ended up burning myself out. So then I took time and I started exploring the yoga and the more holistic aspects, where I found that balance within life. And that's where the true development for myself, I've been on this journey, and I absolutely love being able to share it and help other people to step into their light. So that's kind of the journey I'm on right now with the self-development aspect of it.
I want to take a step back. I want to just dive in real quick with that shift you had to make mentally when you realized that you were going, you were pulling so hard at yourself that you weren't giving yourself time. That shift you had to make to where you had to prioritize. You said you used yoga to do that, to kind of step into that role and maybe balance yourself a little more.
Yeah.
Can you talk to us real quick about how you made that shift mentally to try something new?
For sure. So that was obviously that big, it is a shift, and can be a little bit difficult, because I knew that I needed to do something, but I wasn't really sure what. I knew that I always look at it with the balance that like you said, I was working so hard that I knew I needed to take a step back, and I needed to go more intuitively and make sure that I was finding that fulfillment. So yeah. I ended up, one day, it was kind of strange, but I do believe everything happens for a reason. I always went to yoga, and I worked out all the time, and I really liked with yoga, it wasn't going just for the workout, because a lot of us, we go to the gym to physically look fit, but we forget to work out the most important part of our body, which is our mind. So working with mindfulness, right? Like our mind is the source and the center of everything. So that's where yoga, I would take that time when I'd be in my yoga practice where it would be calm and I could actually gather my thoughts, and it really helped me to find that balance, which then it ended up manifesting that I'm actually probably a better realtor and a better person, because I know that balance and how to take that and bring that power within and put it out to help everybody else around me and just to make me a better person.
I love it. That's awesome. I absolutely love it. That's cool. That's part of making that shift is just, you know, you might not realize at the time that it's the best thing for you, but then as you're going through the steps and the work and the process behind it, you're like, yes, this is exactly what I was needing. I didn't even know it.
It's so true. And it's so funny because I really do believe that everything happens for a reason. So sometimes when you're going through something difficult or a shift, you don't really know why. You're kind of like, okay, but you just have to trust God. You have to trust a higher power. And sooner or later, and I'm sure it's happened to many of you, you look back at something that happened in your life. At the time, it didn't make sense. But now everything starts to piece together and it all makes sense of why something was happening for you at the time, and there was a lesson in it.
All right. I love it. Let's hop into the next one. I kind of interrupted there and did a short one. So I want to talk about one thing, and I've always wanted to do it, and I just never have. And I say that too much, but let's talk about yoga for dudes. Like, I know a lot of guys do yoga, and I know there's a lot of benefit to it, and I've seen the results it can have. But let's talk about your experience taking maybe somebody you know that has never really done yoga and is a dude, and he's like, are you sure? Now that you're an instructor, how do people go through that transition where like maybe yoga is right for me?
So yoga, I know people always they have a vision of it that they think it's just girls and it's something feminine, but really yoga actually originated in India, and it's amazing because in other cultures, it's something, the meditation, the yoga that everybody does. But the more that yoga is brought into even Canada and it's becoming more commercialized, you'll see that once you take that first step to getting to the studio, that there is a lot of males that do yoga. There's older people. Yoga really is for everybody because it's not about judgment. It's about a practice with yourself. So I know even, for example, like Kyle, my fiance, I used to make him come with me. And the first couple times he was like, I'm not going to yoga. Like he thought that it just guys didn't go. And he came once, and now he's realized the benefits that help him with his mind and even just being happier. And I think for you guys, it's just let go of what you think that expectation of yoga is and what you think it is, and you'll go and nobody's going to watch you when you're doing yoga. Like I do it with my eyes closed a lot of times. Yeah. Nobody's really watching you. They're not worried about it. So you just kind of got to get out of that fear and go try it out. Go try something new.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the thing I wanted to get at, and I kind of touched on it in the description was, that was the first one. My first attempt at live failed. It was the fire hose of life, like is pouring on you. And so I'll just kind of go with that anyway, because that's what I meant this to kind of be is. So using personal development, using mindfulness, using, whatever tactic you use to kind of re-essentialize yourself. Picture that fire hose of life. Just everything's coming at you. Everything's rushing at you. You got kids, families, job, responsibility, bills, whatever, family, blah, 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 all of it. When that fire hose of life is coming at you, what is something mindfulness, personal development wise, what do you use to kind of walk through that?
So what I do, and again, everybody has something that works for you, and I guess you just got to find what it is that resonates with you. But personally, mine is I have to have a morning ritual. So every morning I wake up, I have to do my meditation as soon as I wake up. I do my morning meditation where I'm just in quiet for even 10 minutes of just like thinking about everything that I need. And then I give myself morning affirmations. So I know it sounds kind of silly, but I have them on my fridge. So I make sure I read them every morning. And I do that morning ritual. And by doing that, say sometimes I'll wake up and I just don't really feel like I'm kind of grumpy, or maybe something was bothering me from the day before. And as soon as I do that meditation, it's basically priming my mind to take on the day. So I've already filled myself up so that no matter what else happens around me, it's not going to attach to me because I'm already kind of within my own power. So that's for me what works. Sometimes, which I know it's really hard, but it's something I've been trying to do, is if something, say, bad happens to me during the day, or something at work stresses me out, I try to think about the lesson in it. So instead of getting angry, I try to think, like if somebody was getting mad at me or something bad happened, I try to take a step back and say, okay, what am I supposed to learn out of this? And yes, that's really hard because a lot of times our emotions, you get mad, but that's something that I really try to do, and it just kind of brings me back to the awareness and mindfulness.
I hear you. I can think back several times in my life where I did not think about the benefit that the negative situation is having on me. And I got a bunch of people on here right now, a bunch of guys, and I was a guy's guy forever, and I still am. And the one thing I've learned from several different people that are total dudes and blah, blah, blah right now is this stuff's real. Like, for a long time, I was like in the house, in the house I was in with my ex-wife, she had all these motivational quotes all over the house, and I used to make fun of them. And now that I look back on that, I'm like, and now I'm posting motivational quotes, and she gives me grief about it all the time. But it's that constant influx. It's that daily routine. It's that constant seeing stuff positive, reading stuff to help you through those situations that get you through that crap. And if I want to get one thing across on this episode, and I brought a lady in here to kind of help me along with it, is this stuff works. Like this stuff, the mindfulness, the mindset, the yoga is a great tool, the gym, running, whatever you use to kind of vent and stuff like that. It's the daily influx, the daily routine, and it's real. Does that make sense?
It's definitely real. It's not, like you said, you think it's positive thinking, but I always look at it as an analogy of if you were eating whatever you wanted and you're not going to the gym, how can you think that you're going to be physically fit? But it's the same thing with your mind. So if you're filling your mind with negativity, or you're immersed in things that are bringing you down or aren't bringing you up, you need to change your surroundings. You need to do what you can. Like you said, you can't always change the external, but you have to change maybe your perspective to it. You need to be able to work with your mind. And I think that's a huge thing, is what we fill our mind is what we see. And again, the law of attraction. So what you think, you become, right? And that's where I think that's something that, like you said, it is, once you start doing it, even within a week or 30 days, you'll notice a huge difference in how you're looking at life and on your personal perspective.
I love it. You're awesome. I love it.
Sorry, thanks,
like,
Scott. I absolutely, honestly, just have to say I love how this opportunity of watching everybody kind of step into their light, and to be able to watch you follow into your passion, and you're growing so much, and it's just, I'm an honor to be a part of your journey as well.
I did a heart thing. Social media trender. Let's drop some love to Neil right now. Like, throw some hearts up on the screen for this girl. Like, just the way she talks about stuff, I absolutely love in our mastermind groups, just when she embraces you with this like onpouring of warmth and support. It's like, I love it. So thank you so much for that. You're very gifted in that. Absolutely. I love it. Oh, you kind of froze up on me. I don't know if it's my connection or yours. There you go. Yeah, Michael Saint says a slight. Oh, there you are. Okay. Oh, you're gone. You're here? You're gone?
Am I back or am I gone?
You're there.
Okay, I think I'm good now.
Yeah. We's all having some Wi-Fi issues today. Maybe it's I think it's Facebook's algorithm. Let's talk about that. No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it might be. Hey, who knows?
Who knows what Facebook's up to? They're always up to something. So I love it, man. Teneille, I love it. Thank you so much for coming on here tonight. I'm going to drop one little quick question on you. I wrote one down, but we kind of covered it. So let me go with, I don't know. Let's see. What's one yoga? I know yoga's a process. You don't just jump right into like a downward facing dog and do it. But what is one yoga pose or yoga exercise? Are they called exercise? Like
a posture.
Yeah, a posture. What's your go-to yoga posture just to let the day rain off you? Get rid of it.
Honestly, every day is a little different because every posture is meant for something different, I guess, like on a different body part or even internally. But usually what I do is I take, it's kind of simple, but I take a yoga block because I usually get tension headaches. So I take a yoga block and then I put it behind my neck so that it's connecting to the base of my skull and my neck, and I just lay on my back and let it block and massage it out. That's the way I start every morning, and it definitely, if you get headaches, I definitely recommend it.
There you go.
Yeah, give it a try.
Drop a hashtag value on that one. Like, that's money right there. Hashtag value on that. All right, girl. I love you, man. That was awesome. That was so great.
Yeah.
How do people connect with you?
Thank you so much, Scott.
How do people connect with you? Where do they find you at?
You can find me on my Facebook page. So there's either my real estate one, the Teneille at Remax, or Kyle and our Facebook page. All of our contact info is on there, and I'd love to hear from you guys. So if you ever have any questions, you can always connect with me. But thanks again, guys.
Thank you.
Nice to connect. Have a good night. Thanks, Scott.
Bye. I'm so glad this worked out. That's awesome. Thank you so much.
Me too. Thanks, Scott. See you later.
Boom, it worked. All right, Wi-Fi pulled off. How about that? Drop some hearts for Teneille. Connect with her. She puts out good values. She's positive. If you just need somebody to talk to, she's golden for that. So Teneille Sidebottom. Catch her on Facebook, business page or personal page. Sam's on. What's up, Sam? Brad's on. Anybody got any questions? Dave's on. Thanks for coming on. Michael Saint, the Slide Edge. Yes, that just kickstarts everything. Jesse, thanks for coming in. You guys, Frank's on. Thank you guys so much. Oh, you're too kind, Teneille. Thank you so much. So what it is one thing I want to get across, and the biggest thing I want to accomplish with Driven is basically connect people that have, embraced this development, this growth. For so long I coped with struggles and crap with liquor and bottling things up and ignoring them. And I will 100% tell you with a guarantee that is not how you deal with stuff. That is not that is not the way to do it. It'll bring just cascades of negativity and cascades of crap into your life. You gotta find tools to cope with this everything. So you think about a professional bodybuilder. He crafts his body. He trains his muscles. He exercises them every day. He feeds them. He gives them the nutrients. And like Teneille said, you're just constantly feeding those muscles, trying to build that body and build that perfect shape that you have. And our biggest muscle and our biggest downfall is our mind. Like, our mind will either put you in the game or it will take you out of the game like that. So you need to constantly be building your mind, and this stuff ain't, it ain't weak. It ain't, call it, I've heard all kinds of things. Oh, you're on that personal development stuff again. Well, why do you waste your money? It's a bunch of hoopla. It's a bunch of steam. And I can tell you from one person that used to say that sort of thing to has now, accepted it and started working on it, and I'm a beginner at it. I mean, I'm 8 months into my journey. I'm learning every day. I get a new book, I read it, I try to practice it and put it into real life. And I tell you what, right, Kelly, it is a lifelong journey, but it will absolutely change every day how you handle your situations. It'll help you how you handle your overweight Yamahas. It'll help you get on that flickable Polaris a little more. Just tie a little sledding into there. Personal development will really impact every aspect of your life. And if you have somebody that's pushing you to maybe try something, read a book, talk to somebody, find a coach, whatever it may be, don't be like me. Don't be a Scott. Don't ignore it, and don't say they're the ones that need the situation fixed for them. I'm fine. Because that I'm fine mentality, next thing you know, like I talked about in 7, you're just going to step backwards the first time you start seceding to yourself, and you don't want to be moving backwards. So if you get anything from this tonight, if you get anything from me, this personal development stuff, this mindset, this motivation, this driven mentality to be better than you were the day before is real. And if you don't want to take my word for it, I can definitely shoot you some contacts with about 600 million people that say it works. It's just a number I made up. But I know 5 really big names that are really good, that I really use for inspiration. I'd love to hook you up with them. And it is real, so do it. Skidoo. Yeah, skidoo. Skidoo. Right, nice skidoo there, skidooer. Just kidding. All right, I'd like to have some fun. Thank you guys again. Driven, episode 8. Please share this out. If you got some value from it, if you think I'm ridiculous, tell me. If you want to be on the show, tell me that. If you think this is awesome, tell me that. If you don't want to say anything, don't say anything. Just keep watching. Keep not commenting, but let me bring you some value. Let's have some fun. So with that, again, I'm Scott. I'm a dad. I'm a sledder. I hope you got some value from this, and I got my mindset on exactly what means the most to me, and I hope you got some. I hope you got what means most to you front and center on your mind, and you're working every day for it, because believe it or not, you can do it if with hard work and dedication. Later, guys. Have a great night. Thank you, Jake, Tim. Great content. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the love. Cameron, feel you, man. Cody Betham, take every opportunity that's available to you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Got to do that. Mark, thanks for coming in, Mark, Jake. All you guys, appreciate it. Be well. Miranda, thank you, too, for being in here.